Hello, everybody! Happy Easter!
Hope you're all having a great evening.
Happy Sunday!
We're just fixing our paperwork here, our notes, because we always have at least a few notes. Yes, we couldn't run this show without notes, guys. We used to do that back in the day, and let's just say it was a mess. So we started a long time ago writing notes just to keep us on at least having something to follow.
Just some structure, because sometimes...
Squirrel! Squirrel!
Shiny! Where? You know, it's easy to get off topic and not...
I'm Nick.
And I'm Jean-Luc.
We're the Wellness Warriors.
Also known as the WW Gays.
You forgot it too this
I know,
week.
I did. I totally forgot. We started talking about stuff.
Well, I always wait too because I always make sure I want to have that going. So right now we're still on grid view, so I'll switch us to Spotlight, and then we'll keep going. So there we go. So now we're now Spotlight.
Look at our shirts. We're just here to close. I'm just here to close my rings.
Apple Watch rings.
Yes.
You were asking us that earlier, what it meant. It actually is for our Apple Watches.
Our wonderful friend Mel, who's in the room, had these made, and Rosie actually got one as well, and she had these made for us, so we greatly appreciate them. We're huge. We
love our watches.
We love our watches.
They've been crucial for
and
our journey.
I know it sounds funny, and I think anybody who's out there that uses any type of device like this to get yourself motivated.
Well, why don't we just share what we actually shared in Zoom for everybody out there that's watching us on YouTube and on Facebook. So our Facebook was watching, but YouTube wasn't there. So we just shared in the group in the Zoom room before we went live that why do we use these so much and why are they important to us? So we've often explained to a lot in workshops that when we started doing our activity back when we started our journey was by walking. Jean-Luc could barely stand up more than 5 minutes. His plantar fasciitis was terrible at the time. And it was just too hard. I was almost 300 pounds. Just walking was not something we did. And so what we started was by walking indoors. We actually, it's funny because it's kind of the topic of this week at WW is combining things you like with things you're not good at. So we combined our TV watching with walking indoors. So we would turn on our TVs, walk our steps there. We turn the TVs on in our house at the time and walk around the entire house. We do our laundry by bringing laundry upstairs and folding one piece of clothing and doing a rotation around the house. And so we started by doing that. And so by the end of 2 months, our average step count had gone to almost like 15,000 steps a day. And it became too hard to maintain that specific step count. So we decided, okay, we need to find something else. Let's go to the gym. Right. So we started back at the gym, but we didn't know how to measure what we were doing at the gym. We had no way of really, how we track everything with points. The activity pillar was still not measurable for us well enough to understand what we need to do every day. So when we got the watches,
it just really helped us become more in tune with how much movement we were actually doing daily, because it allowed us to register different activities and allowed us to understand what calorie burning was, because we didn't really get that part. And I still don't get it to this day. I'm not gonna lie. I know, they talk about this deficit. You should burn more than you eat and blah, blah, blah. But that does not compute completely in me. But if I say I need to burn these many calories in a day, and that's for me, at least I know I have a goal to achieve for myself. And what I was saying too is the fact that I like these because it becomes competition with myself and not with anybody else.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I don't need to compare myself to anybody. I can compare myself to how good I was yesterday and how much better I'm going to get as I keep going.
Yes, happy Easter to everyone.
And happy Easter.
Yes, seeing in chat there, so happy Easter, everyone. We've been on
vacation all week.
Which we kind of wanted to touch on first because...
Yeah, we did. Actually, there is something we want to mention because we haven't really been able to go on real vacation for almost a year. Over a year now. Yeah. But we got a memory in Facebook that we want to share with you guys right now because it was a year ago today, 2 years ago today, what is it? We're April 3rd today, April 4th, actually. We're the 4th today, that we got to do our helicopter ride. Where the first time we got the memory. So we actually pulled up the video. We want to show you guys.
Give me a few more seconds.
We're going to give them a few seconds. Oh, did you lose it?
Yes, it lost.
Oh, because you reset the computer. Yeah, darn it. We were all prepared and now we're unprepared.
That's okay. I'll get it there.
But so we want to show you
it's already there.
Look at that. We want to show you the video because it was huge for us. And we're going to talk about it instead of letting you guys listen to the video because we want the experience that we could tell you now that we've lived it. And why it was so important for us to do this at this point in time in our journey. Actually, that was fantastic. That was one of the ladies we met. She actually had a little booth outside, and of course, a commercial. What are the odds that we're all ready to go and it's a commercial?
Okay, so I'm just going to let it play for a bit. So what we decided to do is when we were bigger, Jean-Luc and I never were able to do most activities that you can do in most places. We couldn't do, helicopter rides because our weight was too big. We couldn't do skydiving. We couldn't do anything.
We couldn't even do, I think, hot air balloon.
Hot air balloon. So we were always restricted into what we can do. When we went on this trip, we had decided to do something. It was our first vacation that we had done.
And that we had lost weight.
And so we said, okay, let's do something crazy that we couldn't have done before. So we said, let's go on a helicopter ride. And what's funny is that in this picture, you see there's a group behind us. We were 6 people.
And they were from the States.
They were from the States, actually.
I think Boston, to be honest with you.
And so we were actually, before we went up on the actual helicopter, the pilot asked, we need the 2 thinnest people to sit in the front.
And both of us turned around and looked at the couples behind us because we were never the 2 thinnest people before.
And he said, no, it's you guys.
Two. And no lie.
The seat was tiny. And we got to sit in the front. That's our view. So what you can see on the video is we were both filming on our phones at the same time simultaneously. We were able to combine. So you'll actually see our view from the helicopter.
And our actual reaction as we're looking at this view. So it's kind of a cool video to watch because you can actually see us
flying over a cruise ship and everything. So why are we sharing this today? Because we were on vacation this week. We've indulged. We both put on some weight. I put on 7 pounds.
And I put on 4.4, I think
6.4, 4.4. And we weighed in. We shared the video, and we were happy still.
Yeah.
We knew this was coming. This scale today doesn't negate what happened on that trip there. I could still go on a helicopter.
Yeah.
It doesn't negate the fact that I still feel great about myself. It doesn't change any of that fact. And I think that's one of the things we've learned about this journey, about removing the scale.
And removing the scale. And another thing that I learned this week as well, and it was something about it was like, I was sitting there thinking about the weight gain that we had this week. And I'm like, I was expecting and waiting because a lot of people still do. I can't believe you gained that much weight. Because we get those comments when this happens. I can't believe you gained that much weight. And then it made me think. I sat back and I went, let's change the scenario. What would happen if, let's say I'm not at goal right now. I'm not at lifetime. I'm in the middle of my journey. I'm in the middle of my journey and I step on the scale one week and I gain 4.4 pounds. Do you come up to me and say, I can't believe you gained that much weight?
No, we tell
you
someone.
You would never say that to someone.
You tell someone, oh, that's okay. You'll do it next week.
You'll do it next week.
But when we're at lifetime.
And I'm not saying that we do it on purpose.
It's just the way.
It's so weird, right?
It's just a weird way that things work, that when at lifetime, the same comment is thrown a different way. It's more shameful. It feels like, oh, you made it, now you're losing.
You're losing. And it's funny because we're not losing that control. But it's funny how we assume that when we see somebody else. So making sure that we're using the proper words and we're explaining ourselves. Someone had posted earlier this week about not celebrating someone's weight loss. And we are firm believers in the celebration of any healthy choices. Yeah. It has nothing to do with just the weight loss, but not just celebrating the weight loss, but celebrating everything. So like this just sitting here and looking at this video of us flying over the Caribbean and seeing our cruise ship, that's my hat reflection in the video there. That's hilarious. It really goes to show you how far we've come and that we know that things are always going to be a challenge and we're going to experience things that are going to be different on a daily basis. But look at how far we've come, and everybody can get there at their own pace.
So now the next kind of wave I want to take to segue this into is the struggling factor. We actually posted a Q&A in our group yesterday. I just thought I would try to do something new. Posted a Q&A. People were asking questions. There were a lot of questions about struggling, getting back on track. How do you guys always come back? How is it you guys are doing your vacation this week? And we'll go through what we ate. We actually want to be honest and tell you what we ate. We just want to make sure we get these little nuggets of wisdom out of the way. So what happens is that for us, we have established, because this video here has established our why, we never thought flying a helicopter was part of our why.
Well, we didn't fly it. We were in it.
Or in it. Flying in a helicopter was a part of our why. But it's allowed us to experience something new. And we want to keep experiencing new things. That's what brings us back to always going back on track and making sure that we always refocus. The fact that I can still fit in my clothing, the fact that I'm not reverting back to my other clothing, another why as to why I can go back to my journey. The way I feel this week, my gut has been feeling terrible. All the fatty foods we've been having, all the stuff we've been eating and indulging in, my stomach has been in shambles for days for both of us. And we hate how we feel right now.
And
that's another reason why we can't wait to go back to our regular routine.
And we almost ordered out again tonight and then did not. We were like, yeah, why are we doing that? No, let's get back to what we wanted to. So I made sushi instead, and it was yummy. And
chicken
we
sushi.
have 2 more in the fridge for after.
We stretched out our dinner.
So,
and we're actually going to try something. I suggested something new this week too. I'm going to stop.
Yeah, I was going to say
that's our cruise ship.
That's the cruise ship. That's the celebrity. Was that that's the Equinox, right?
I don't
remember.
The reflection.
The reflection, celebrity reflection. So hopefully this allows you guys to see where you are in your journey and always celebrate what you're doing, because no matter what you're doing something right. Yeah. There's not everything you're doing is wrong. And that's what we're focusing on. We're doing the good thing. We're doing great things.
Yeah.
We're doing great things, and we're allowing ourselves to be human. We're allowing ourselves to live still.
And I think that's what we wanted to share with everyone. We get a lot of questions about our weigh-in videos, and a lot of people ask us in the comments, I love that you guys are okay with your weigh-ins. We are, but there's people also comment saying, I could never go do that with my weigh-ins. I could never gain 7 pounds and be happy with it. It's like, that's fine for you, but we've come to terms with what we do.
And we're not saying we're happy.
No, I'm not like, yay, woohoo, celebration, a little more butts back,
We're not saying we're happy. We're saying we know what we did. We're living with those consequences, and now we're moving forward. That's what it is. We're not going to let ourselves feel bad about what we did, because we can't change that, right? We cannot make that. We can't undo what we already ate.
Exactly. So we will list. Okay, so what we had this week, we had burritos.
Yep. That was last Friday.
Yeah, last Friday we had burritos and we had
Thai food and pizza. That was the retreat weekend.
And then this week we had Starbucks twice.
Yep.
Twice. 2
one
Starbucks.
2 days ago and one today.
We had
a bottle of Di Serono. We actually drank.
Di Serono, that's all gone. We drank it all.
Yep.
We made homemade poutine and we bought pre-made chicken nuggets.
We have not eaten frozen chicken tenders from PC I don't remember. We used to have those in our lunches all the time.
We got those, so we had those, and we also had a cheesecake.
We had a salted caramel cheesecake.
4 bags of chips.
Yep.
And that was basically what we had the entire week. And you know what? We're okay with it. We realized it's Sunday, guys. We kind of went through the week in a kind of a weird sense. The retreat ended. We're on vacation, and we're like, the retreat, we got to relax. Let's just get back to focusing. Let's eat well. Let's go back to working out every day. Then on Wednesday, I turned to Jean-Luc and I'm like, why are we so focused right now? We're always focused. We're always 100% on track. We're always doing
our 80-20.
Our 80-20. And why are we not enjoying the 20%? If we were on vacation right now, we'd be on a cruise.
Yeah.
We'd be somewhere in a tropical destination or going somewhere where we'd be indulging.
We'd be seeing people. We'd be eating other foods, other people's foods, not just what we eat all the time.
So why are we not actually enjoying some of the things that we miss during our vacation? So we planned the rest of them out to bring them in so we can actually get through all of them. That was my first poutine of 2021. So I was very happy. That's my first one.
That's actually a hilarious story. I have to say this. So we were deciding what we wanted to eat. We couldn't figure out. We're like, okay, what are we doing? He's like, I want a poutine. I have not had a poutine in months, a real one from the restaurant. Then he's like, but if we get it takeout, it never ends up being the same. It's soggy.
See, Sue knows.
Sue's like,
it's
soggy, and then you get it. It's semi-lukewarm. Then you have to warm it up. And poutine is
and because of my rule.
I was explaining what poutine was. Poutine is a French-Canadian French fries, gravy, and cheese curds.
Yes.
It is total French-Canadian. It's from Quebec, and it's Nick's favorite. He was born with one when he came out. Lizette was like, there you go, poutine.
There's a reason why I was the size I was. I ate it all the time before.
Yes, low fat and really healthy. Well, but so as we were talking about it, we were like, okay, let's order from Jack Astor's. And then I'm like, yeah, I'll figure something out. But then I'm like, I want sushi. So he's like, well, why don't you order sushi and I'll order poutine? And I'm like, okay.
So he's still driving.
And we're still driving. And then all of a sudden he goes, why don't we just go to the grocery store and you make a poutine? Because your poutine is even better than a store one.
Because of my one a month, if I waste it on a bad one, I will regret it.
Yeah.
And so I know that he would make me an amazing one. And it was amazing.
And so he's like, we'll go get potatoes. We'll go get potatoes and cheese curds. And then he goes, you can still get sushi. And I'm like, I get the raw end of the deal still because I get to my meal made, but I'm making your poutine. So how am I getting anything out of this? I still have to cook you dinner.
I peeled the potatoes.
He peeled the potatoes. But then I was like, well, I can eat poutine. Like, why do I need to go get sushi? I can get sushi anytime. I eat sushi on this journey at any moment because I find it's something that fills me and satisfies me. Even when we're doing Swiss chalet, he'll do Swiss chalet and I'll do sushi. So we ended up having the poutine, but it was hilarious how we had to fight with ourselves and analyze it.
And we were so hard on ourselves. Like, even when we were trying to buy the chips, we were like trying to like say, you know, you fight with yourself because you're like, oh, but you don't do this, but you're on vacation. You're on vacation. So it's kind of like it was like the devil and the angel.
We both had the devil and the angel.
And they're like, la, 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 la. And you're like, well, okay, I think I'm going to listen to both of you. So you, maybe not 7 days worth of chips, maybe 4 or 3. Okay. Like negotiate with your devil and your angel, right? So.
Oh, and I did have chocolate. They gave me a little bunny for Easter at the grocery store. It was so cute. So they gave me, and actually it was a solid chocolate. It was Cadbury. I was like, ooh.
So celebrations this week, guys. Please start sharing your celebrations on Facebook, on YouTube, on Zoom, and we'll start sharing them.
We have Tammy here from Georgia for her first time watching us on Facebook. Hi, Tammy. Awesome. That's so cool.
People join us for the first time. We love doing these shows. We love having so many of you guys on a Sunday.
There's
on Easter Sunday.
people on Easter Sunday. This is fantastic.
Sarah's down 1.4, Gwen 0.6, 1.2 for Denise, 1.8 for Wendy, 1.3 for Len. 5.4. Wow, Charlotte, that's amazing. 1 for Heather. She said yes. Kelly, maintained for Beth. Started running again April 1st for Anne. Up 0.4, down 0.6. Keep sharing, guys. In chat, you guys keep encouraging each other. Keep telling each other how amazing. You guys are amazing people. Don't stop sharing your NSVs in our group, please.
Yeah,
we love seeing the pictures.
For anyone out there who is struggling right now, who is having a hard time, don't forget to go reach out to people. Yeah. Like, we really want you to feel like you can reach out to anyone in this group. Even if you post on our group page, someone will definitely most likely reply and lend a helping hand. Just a different perspective. Because sometimes what we do is we get stuck in these blinders, right? And we can't see beyond this little space in front of us. And all we need is someone to just open up move those hands for us sometimes.
And I love what Amanda said in chat too. Yes, we actually started our April tracking challenges and activity challenges in our group this week. So if you've not heard, we are calling it Track in April, Track Dash in April.
So Track in April.
And so what we've done is we actually, every day the polls that we did in March on track are continuing. So we're actually doing the check boxes every day for you to check off, your activity, you track your water, your meals, but also some nice little fun categories. I tracked, an NSV today. I discovered an NSV, or I have a beautiful picture of my cat. And so sometimes there's different categories in the poll every day. We started that back up. We also did some, there's our Apple Watch challenge, which is already posted in our group, as well as new Garmin and Fitbit challenges, thanks to our helpers.
We cannot thank these two wonderful ladies, four ladies who
Heidi,
have
Kim, Megan, and Valerie, the 4 of them.
We can't thank you guys enough for taking on this huge endeavor, because it is huge, guys.
A lot of people.
These little challenges, as amazing as they are, take a lot of work because they have to be added, and then there's a maximum amount of people per each device. So depending on where you are. So we do apologize if you didn't get this challenge. We are hoping that it's something that's going to continue and might become easier as the months go on, because people will get used to how it works.
Yeah.
So, but thank you so much again for volunteering your time and helping us out with that and making sure that everybody has a way to get the challenges that they need.
So we want to talk to someone quickly?
Yeah.
Let's bring Janet up.
Yes, because Janet's been patiently waiting. She's like, you muted me earlier. I want to talk.
Seriously.
We missed that, Janet. What did you say?
I just said, seriously. Happy Easter. By the way, on the cards, because I figured when I sent you your Easter stuff, I figured I'd combine everything. So birthdays. On the cards, it strictly said, do not open until your birthdays.
Oh, we don't listen to rules very well.
We didn't.
Obviously. That's okay. You got them early, so.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness, we're terrible.
We'll put them back away.
We'll put them away.
No, it's okay. I'm just giving you guys a bunch of crap because I'm like.
We do break rules from time to time, as you can see.
Yeah, obviously. So no, I mean, I think it's funny because I'm like, I just wanted to get it all in one box. So that way,
No, definitely.
Thank you so much,
You're
Janet.
such a sweetheart.
it's just, hey, you guys have like the best snacks. So I've got a great Canada connection going on here. So you guys get, and you guys now got the WW chocolate mini buys. Those I know Nick isn't a chocolate person, but yeah, those are my all-time favorite. I just want to say I'm proud of you guys for owning up to your weight because it's very inspiring. I remember in the past, like I could easily put on 6-7 pounds in a week, easy on a binge because I had to change my weigh-in day because my weigh-in day used to be like on Saturday. So I would have a free-for-all Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it would continue into Monday. And then it's kind of like, so I changed my weigh-in day. And my weigh-in day is Friday, but I track it for Saturday. So I have the accountability on the weekend. Which is where I really need it. But yeah, I could put on easy like 7 pounds. I get to my studio and the lady weighing me, she's like, "You're up a little." I'm like, "Please tell me it's under 10. Please just tell me it's under 10 because she says it's 7.2. I'm like, "Yes, it's under 10." So you do. I wasn't happy, but you know exactly what you did.
And for us too, we knew like the days before the foods we ate, we knew that we took a few days off of activity this week. We wanted to be on vacation. And so we were still active. We still did things, but we weren't as, gung ho as we do normally. We wanted to give our bodies a rest, which was good because our muscles needed it.
And I hope, Janet, that you're on the same page when you go, yes, is because you know what you've done and you're still okay with what happened. It's not, yes, I gained weight. I'm so excited. Oh, I can't believe it.
No. That's my goal in the past was please let it be under 10 pounds because I knew exactly it was a free-for-all week. But now I learned that, it's like, oh, like I weighed in Friday. It's like, oh, okay, it was only up 0.4. Big deal. I probably didn't poop.
Yeah. Everybody poops. Yeah. And that's why that's one of the reasons too that we've lost our big focus on the scale. Because we used to be very affected. Remember, guys, we've told you everything that causes negative emotion in us, we had to remove. The negative feeling of getting on the scale and the number going up, we had to find a way to remove that negation, that horrible feeling. And it doesn't mean that it's gone away, but what we've learned is coping mechanisms. Like when I see that number, I definitely go like my heart sinks, but then I go right to my head and say, no, you've done this before. This is not like you went on vacation. You chose to do this. Don't get mad at yourself. And then I snap out of it and I'm back. Yeah. I have coping mechanisms to stop myself because yes, it sucks to see that number, but I know myself. If I were to live the rest of my life confined to always eating in a certain range of foods and never being able to have the other foods I used to love dearly, this would not work for me. I've done this before. Right. Every time I tried that, deprivation led to me just tumbling at one point and just scarfing out for 6 months, eating it just only that stuff because I was deprived for so long.
And yet again, this is what works for us. We're not saying, I want people to realize, we're not saying what we do is what everybody else should do because it might not work for you. Yeah. Some people will put on the 7 pounds and it'll take them 7 months to even try to lose 2 of those. And we don't want you guys to do that.
There's people also out there who, for them, they are okay eating in that box of foods for the rest of their life. They're okay with eliminating all the other stuff they ate before because they don't want it anymore. Some people can do that. We've met people having that ice cream for years.
And you know what? We're not saying that we might not have to reevaluate things at some point because we are also changing. We are getting older. What we're doing right now might not always work. Right now, it's working for us and we're able to do it.
Yeah. I remember when I was struggling to get to that 100-pound mark and you guys were sitting there saying, don't, and you told me this, and this is like part of what changed my mindset too, is don't focus on the number on the scale, because I was like 96 pounds and I kept saying, oh my God, 4 pounds to hit 100. But the scale, instead of going down, it went the other way, and it was like 5 pounds and it was 8 pounds to hit 100. But once you mentioned that, and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, they're right. Don't focus on the scale because it's just a number. It doesn't say like how awesome you are. It doesn't say how great you are. It doesn't say any of those things. And so when I stopped focusing on that, the weight immediately came off. And to this day, I mean, I weigh in because I need to, because I'm Lifetime, because I can weigh in once a month, but it's like 5 or 10 pounds in a week is easier to get off than 5 or 10 pounds in a month. Not that that happens, but you know what I mean. It's
and
easier,
we know that we are fully aware that we might not lose this weight for 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
We know that what we did this week might set us back for 3 weeks, but we're okay with that. We're okay. We invested. We are saying we were willing to swap out 3 weeks of work to get back to where we're at for those moments this week of indulgence. We made an agreement with ourselves to do this. It's not like we even negotiated with how, like we talked about earlier about the doing the poutine instead. We even negotiated with ourselves in terms of the meals we're going to have, and in order to make it maybe less crazy, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the thing that it's not like we're still trying to do our best. So that scale being up can't deter from the fact that we still tried our best, and that's what I think.
You guys, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Janet.
Love
Thanks
you.
for
Thank you.
Too. Love you.
Love you too.
For those wondering, Jean-Luc's birthday is April 18th. He's coming up soon.
The day before mine. That's
You're right. Yeah, I was gonna say yours is the 17th, if I'm not mistaken.
No, mine's the 19th. I'm the day after you.
Yeah,
the day after you.
Someone's anniversary or something's on the 17th before mine.
We don't know if we're doing a dance party yet or anything.
We haven't decided
yet. We don't even decide what we're doing.
You should.
Talk to you soon,
Janet. Thanks, Janet.
So I did want to touch upon the topic this week at WW a few seconds, and we'll go to other people. I know Laura is going to be next that we're going to bring up, but I want to talk about the combining things that we're good at with things that we're not so good at. So the topic this week was about, finding ways to combine things together so that something you don't enjoy doing as much becomes more palatable, something that you enjoy doing. And one of the things we've been sharing this week, we want to share with all of you, was our Netflix rule. A lot of you guys who follow us for a long time know about our Netflix rule. The people who've seen us in person know about this rule. What we did is, back in the day, we had to watch any new Netflix show on an iPad at the gym. That was our rule. We combined television and activity together. And what it did is, for us, it opened up a world of now activity became fun.
Yeah.
Activity became palatable. We were doing Stairmaster at the gym. For those of you who don't know what the Stairmaster is, basically the escalator to nowhere. So it's basically the escalator machine you're just climbing for. And we used to do it for 60 minutes at a level 12, which is about 400 floors.
I'd be curious to see how well we would do right now.
It's hard. Like we climb our stairs here at the condo, but that's not a Stairmaster.
No, I would not be able to do that well. So the reason when we would do that machine without an iPad, I would last 5 minutes. But when I would have the iPad, I was actually able to last the full 60 minutes because I was focusing on the TV show and movie, not on the numbers and a time going off, the clicking of the minutes behind it.
We called it mindless gymming because we even realized originally we were doing all of our activity at the gym to music. And for us, music meant, oh, there's a 3-minute song. Oh, there's a 4-minute song.
So start adding up the minutes.
So now we're counting the minutes.
Like, okay, it's been 18 minutes
18 minutes. I only have 7 minutes left.
I see a lot of people nodding their heads. We all do it. So we all do it. We're like, oh my God, there's still 20 minutes left, right? So the iPad and watching Netflix removed that from us.
Because you didn't think of a 25-minute show. Oh, there's 25. You're like, oh, that was 25 minutes? I want another episode.
Yeah. And it actually did. That happened for us. So Grace and Frankie season 5, when it came out, we were at the gym, no lie, for 3 hours. We watched 6 episodes back to back. We started on an elliptical and doing the Stairmaster. We ended on a treadmill. We just walked for another 2 hours just to finish watching more episodes, because our rule was we couldn't watch them unless we were at the gym. And it worked for us. It was something that worked for us. And to this now, we don't go to the gym anymore, so we don't have that rule. But if it's something that you do at home, say you do have a stationary bike, or you have, your treadmill somewhere, and you right now listen to music, and you find your music is now, try watching your favorite show or movie, or watch something that you don't, try to
watch us on Sundays on your treadmill.
Yeah, just go on your treadmill right now.
Another thing we combined was our love of Starbucks and our traveling. Yes. We never realized that was one of those things, but we love Starbucks and we love to travel, and so that was allowing us to introduce Starbucks into our journey still as we were having the journey.
So there's a lot of ways you can combine. You can combine activity. You can say, you know what, today I'm going to wash a window. Getting up, filling up a bucket of water, getting on a ladder, step ladder, washing and scrubbing the window. That's activity. Turn on if you have a watch monitor thing, turn it on while you're doing that activity.
Yeah.
See how much calories you're actually burning. You're moving around. Set that as your activity this week. Say, each day I'm going to do one window in my house. And then maybe every day you'll get up and do that one thing that'll help you be active that day.
Even if you're while you're in the middle of cooking your dinner, maybe that's a great time for you to start prepping stuff because things are already out. So try to or see if you have enough prep done, because sometimes you don't prep enough for the week. Sometimes midweek, for me, sometimes I'm like, oh crap, I don't have any chicken left, so I need to bake more chicken. So making sure that I'm adding those extra steps in just to see if there's anything I can do to help me out.
So we can bring Laura up now.
Yes, Laura's been patiently waiting. She's cleaning. She's like, Nick said to clean, so I'm cleaning. Did you turn your activity watch on?
Hi, Laura. Hello. Hopefully you can hear me. I've got my headphones on because I can hear you better that way. Yeah, I'm cleaning my bathroom and cooking dinner. I'm multitasking.
Hey, that's the way to do it.
I just was commenting about kind of what you were saying about kind of on scales and looking at how things have changed for you. I haven't, like, I lost last year like 40 pounds, and this year I really haven't lost a huge amount of weight. But I posted this week, I had to get summer clothes back out. I have real beautiful summer. Yeah. And my shorts, like, I was like, oh, I need to put a belt on these shorts. I keep falling down. They're really annoying me. But like, the scale doesn't show that I've lost a huge amount of weight. And then, as you were saying about your helicopter ride, my daughter is a Girl Scout, and last year their Girl Scout cookie reward was horseback riding. And the leader said to us as adults, do you want to go horseback riding with us? And I was like, I need to look if I can go. I don't know if I'm too heavy to be able to ride a horse. And because I'd lost that weight, I could go with them. And it was like, yeah.
And right there, that's right there, Laura, that moment, make sure you remember that, because that could be your why for multiple things in the future, right? All the other things you want to do with your kids in the future and your family are part of the reason why you're doing this. So that's one of the things we say to people to always look at when you're having those moments.
It's that moment where you realize you're no longer needing to be a spectator, but you can actually participate in your own life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. I was like, I don't know if I can do it. And then I was, wait, how do I tell her? Like, if I can't, like, what excuse was I going to use? Because I wasn't going to tell her I was too heavy to go on a horse.
I've never been on a horse yet, because I used to have a fear of hurting a horse when I was bigger, and I still have not done it to this day. It's on the bucket list of things.
You have to go to Jamaica on your next cruise.
On the beach.
At the beaches in Jamaica.
On the beach, yes, we'll do horseback riding on the beach. Thank you so much for sharing, Laura. That was amazing. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
I love it when we recognize these things. It's huge. It's very big. It's things that we can never stop recognizing. And that's at any single part of the journey. So we actually do, I'm not sure if we're going to spotlight her because she's not expecting it right now.
She's looking down.
Oh, look at the smile. She looked up. Hi, Maureen.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm so excited.
Why are you so excited today, Maureen?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. I made Lifetime today.
Woo-hoo. That is flipping amazing.
And it worked out so beautifully that it happened on Easter Sunday. Usually I go to virtual meetings with a local coach here in Virginia Beach. And today, of course, is Easter, so there was no virtual meeting. So the first thing I thought of this morning was, I've got to let the guys know, because and my community, because I know you guys would all understand, because I didn't get to say anything at, like my meeting, like, you have that like moment of like, woo, I'm so excited.
Well, you have it here right now. Chat is going crazy.
Everybody is congratulating you right now in chat.
And it's really been an amazing journey. And what I love is what the both of you model. When you get, because that was like my biggest thing when I would get on the scale and it would be not what it was the week before, in a bad sense. Okay. I would tear myself up, right?
Yep.
And then I started watching you weigh in, and it was like, wait a minute, they flipped that to, you know what? This is only one piece of data. And you know what? I know how to take this weight off. I chose to have this special meal or this special treat or this special whatever, right? Go on vacation. And I know that it's going to have some effect on when I get on the scale, because that's a piece of data saying you did something different this week.
Exactly.
Thank you for choosing the word different and not wrong.
Yes.
Love that you said that.
Yeah.
Love that you said that.
It was just, I did, and I chose to do it.
Yeah.
I made a conscious choice that this, because you can't, like, and Nick said it, you can't go through this and say, I can never do this ever again, because it's not going to work.
And I think that's the lesson that
I know that I'll get done with it and say, okay, well, whoo, that means I can have, all the things that were not wise choices.
Right.
All the time, and
that's why I love about, that's why I've been liking about
the other things sometimes. And it's a matter of balance. And it's a matter of knowing if that number is different, you know how to control it and change the outcome.
And that's the thing, like, we've learned to be able to, it's taken a long time, that mentality. And that's why we share the mentality of that, the way we've changed, because as people who've struggled with our weight for a long time and did countless diets, who tried, like, I stopped eating for a while. Like, I've done the gamut of things to try to lose weight my entire life. And
the first time ever, we've been able to lose a significant amount, and not only do that, but maintain it at a
without worrying about that scale.
Yeah, without worrying about it. It's so insane.
Like, we used to be so worried about it when we were trying to lose back in the day, back for those like 20 years that we were trying to do it. We were always so worried about it. And even at the beginning of this time, we were worried about it. But eventually last year, something changed in us where we stopped relying so much on it. And it changed everything. That's why I was able to get to Lifetime this time. That's why things just ended up falling into place, because I stopped stressing about that number. I stressed out about so many other things in my life. That number shouldn't stress me out. I am feeling great. I felt great even last year when we were a little bit bigger, a little bit more plump. I wasn't exactly unhappy. I didn't like the fact that I didn't fit in my size 32 pants. That bothered me. But overall, I felt great still. I still wanted to work on myself. I didn't give up. I didn't say, I'm fine here. No, I still wanted to strive to get back to what I was, but I was still happy where I was at as well.
Exactly.
Right.
But we so want to congratulate you, Maureen, and we want to give you the woo-woo that you didn't get at your virtual, but you got it here tonight. It's a huge success for you. And you know what? We hope to continue being able to provide you the support you need. Yeah. And you have it with these 81 people in this room tonight, and whoever's watching on Facebook and YouTube too.
And the most important thing is to give back to others.
It's huge.
To pass this on and to be a part of somebody else's journey to make things better, more fun, more enjoyable, so that we can all do this together and love what we're doing.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. We're very
that.
big proponents of sharing your story.
Yeah.
You never know what your story might inspire someone else to change their life. And the thing is that most of the times those people will never be able to tell you that you impacted them because they might not see you again. It's very rare that you run into that person again and be like, you know what? You don't know me, but
not so rare with WW Zoom workshops anymore.
It's still somewhat rare. If you're visiting random places, maybe. If it's the same place every week, no.
But know what? Like they say it all the time. There's days where you need the meeting, but there's days where the meeting needs you. So never forget that. The workshop needs you. So
thanks so much,
Thanks
Maureen.
again, and congratulations.
Thank you for making my day special.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome.
So I wanted to. Do you want to talk to someone else?
Yeah, let's talk to Jane because Jane's been sitting there for quite some time, and then I know Devin has been too, actually. Yes. So we'll get to Jane, and then we'll do Devin in just a few seconds.
Hi, Jane.
Hi there.
How are you?
Well, I've never spoken out at one of your meetings. I've been watching you for about a year now. So, but I went to your retreat 2 weeks ago.
Aww.
And I've been sad since the end of November. It was the 3rd anniversary of my husband's death. And I mentioned in chat that this was happening, and a lot of people reached out to me, and I just felt the love. But listening to what other people were saying and that, I reached out to my family doctor, and I talked it over with him, and it's like a weight's been off my shoulders. And I've been in the dumps for 4 months. Like I just barely wanted to do anything. I've kept my weight maintained, but I just haven't felt well. And it's just because of going to your retreat and listening to everyone, it's just taking the weight off my shoulders. So I'm so happy I went.
Oh, thank you so much. That's
We're so happy you were there because you know what? It's funny. We're firm believers in sometimes you're just at the right place at the right time.
I'm so glad. And you know what? Like we called it react, rebuild, recharge. The final word is recharge. And that's what we wanted people to leave the weekend with, feeling recharged. And I'm so glad that we were able to bottle that for you and give that.
Well, yes, it was what I needed. I was hoping that it would make a difference. And I just can't get over how it did, and it made me reach out to someone else that I just needed to reach out, and I hadn't done that. I'd been keeping it all inside. So I'm so happy, and yeah, it's just
and then look at that. On top of reaching out, you reached up by raising your hand tonight and sharing this with everybody, which was absolutely amazing. And once again, you're stepping out of that comfort zone. That's something you would never do before. So this is just going to evolve into more for you. It's going to bring you such a different aspect to your journey that you've probably never experienced.
Oh yeah. So you guys are great. You're so inspired.
Well, thanks so much, Jane.
Thank you so much, and so happy for you, Jane.
For you too.
Giving you a virtual hug right now, a huge virtual hug.
Thank you.
It's so funny, guys. It's not funny, guys. It's so weird because
it's touching. It's heartwarming.
We never anticipated the weekend being so intense, impactful. We never envisioned it would be that impactful, and we've received a few testimonials from a few people now that it's.
I think we did envision. We wanted it to be impactful, but we never realized how impactful it actually was.
Yeah,
and it's amazing to hear what you guys are sharing. Leslie even shared a testimonial in our group earlier this week, which was absolutely beautiful.
We had
she emailed it to us,
sent us messages,
and
about
it's just been overwhelming, and we're glad.
Someone said yes to something. I think that she might actually be here tonight. Someone said yes to something that she told us. So if you're out there, congrats again. So it's fun to hear how going to something that we sat down with Antonetta to create ended up with this final product. It's also showing us something that we never thought we could do.
It's like when you're cooking in the kitchen and you're trying a new recipe and it comes out and you're like, it's amazing. You're like, oh, it's so good. Like, I feel like we were cooking up this recipe for weeks, and then you guys were a
dash of this, a soup soul of that.
But then you guys, all of you were the ingredients that brought it together and made it live, made it come to life. So thank you for all being there.
And we haven't had time to speak to Antonetta this week. She's so busy.
And then she took Easter off. Yeah. She's away right now.
So we actually have not spoken to her. So we don't even know about the next fall retreat, but we actually had an idea about maybe posting a poll in our group.
Seeing some possible dates that people might feel like, oh, this date works better. So we get a good idea.
Letting you guys know way ahead of time so people can plan and already think about how they save that date for the future. So we'll start working on that in the next little while.
You want to talk to Devin real quick?
Yes,
let's talk to Devin.
Hi, Devin.
Hi, Devin.
Well, hello, adorable, handsome boys.
Why, hello, beautiful, lovely lady.
By the way, love the shirts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I wanted to tell you guys real quick about my non-scale victory that I have.
What is it?
So I started my work back up at the country club, and I was like, okay, I should start doing some steps. And you guys are going to be so excited that I got 15,307 steps.
Wow.
And the amount for points is 40.
Wow, that's amazing.
And I was like, oh my God, I gotta tell the guys about this. Like, this is like, it blew my mind when I saw that. And I was like, oh my God, like, what? Like, how does this happen with all these steps walking back and forth to the kitchen? And plus there was a lot of food involved. So I wasn't going too crazy with that. And my mom was like, you know what, Deb, just choose one meal a week. And she wants me to stick to salads. So I took her word. The first time, did not get a meal, but I got a small thing of chili for the next day. And I'm like, I'm craving for chili for that. And plus, today on Easter, I got a bunch of candy. So I ate some of your candy for you, Nick.
I've been eating his chocolates too, don't worry.
Yeah. That's awesome, Kevin. I love that you had that non-scale victory because you know what? That's what keeps you going.
Yeah.
And that's an amazing amount of steps. 15,000 steps.
Exactly.
That's insane.
And celebrate that and try do whatever you can to try getting those 15,000 again, but celebrate whatever you do achieve on any single day. Any single day.
Yeah. Because I had to tell you guys this like right away so I could try to figure something else out for like points or anything in particular.
That's awesome, Devin.
Thanks for sharing
with us.
You're welcome. Love you guys.
Love you.
So let's go to
Patricia, dancing in her. Is there music going on? Should we be dancing with you, Patricia?
There's no music. Sorry.
I don't care. We're dancing
Just
to the music
of you guys. I'm in so many challenges right now. I have to walk constantly. Anyways, something I wanted to talk about. When I first started 4 years ago, I always fixated on the scale. All my goals were pound related. I'm going to lose this much by this much. And I always lost very slowly. And over the past couple of years, I've really started changing how I think about weight loss. And I don't think about weight loss anymore. I think about my head. I think about my activity. I think about my heart. I think about my friends. And you know what? And I'm consistent. Thank you very much, you too. I tell everyone that consistency is your word. And the weight started coming off faster. And I just want everybody out there to really think, because one thing I've noticed, and you guys have probably seen it too, so many posts, okay, I'm going to lose this many by this date. And all these heartbroken people because they're not losing the way they want to lose. So I'm just telling everyone, any goal you make should have absolutely nothing to do with the scale. That is not a goal.
And you know what, Patricia? That was a lesson we had to learn. Like, we'll be really honest, guys. We had to learn that lesson. If you don't if you don't start splitting yourself away from only seeing the scale, when you get to lifetime and maintenance, that scale will never go down all the time anymore. So it won't be a source of pleasure anymore. It'll always be a source of negation. Most of the time, you'll be dreading it because you're like, oh my God, am I still at lifetime? And that's what's going to go in your mind all the time. If you start losing your attachment to the scale and just start realizing how good you feel, yes, you still need to have the scale to get you moving the right direction. But don't only focus on that as the only way to say, I'm doing great, I'm doing amazing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right now, I was going to get a pair of size 12 jeans taken in. They were the smallest jeans I had at the time. And I was at Costco a few weeks ago and they had jeans on sale. And I was looking at the 12s and I thought they kind of look big. And I picked up the 10s and compared them. And I thought they look like they'll fit. And they did.
That's amazing. And you know what, Patricia? That's much more important and fun than the scale number going down.
So
that's
right now, I put my jeans on every morning. Like they're just a bit snug to wear, but I can sit down in them now. They button up and zip up. So please, please, people, you damage your mindset so much by focusing on the scale. I don't know. I got to start an anti-scale club.
So you know what's funny, Patricia? So on a segue, we've been working on something this week that we want to share with everyone.
Jean-Luc's been having fun with a
Jean-Luc's
program.
been having fun. So you guys know this year we want to work on our cookbook and also on merchandising. And so this week,
finally, Jean-Luc has been playing, and look what Jean-Luc came up with.
So it's funny because Patricia, when you were saying something, consistency, not perfection, would be a good Jean-Luc and Nick quote for a back of a shirt. There's also the other products we were going, a hat, also this is a thing for your doggy. So your doggy.
No, that's the wrong one.
Oh, that's a wall decor.
That one I didn't even know what it was. And then I realized,
look
at this. It's Jean-Luc and Nick on your dog.
Save is there too. And then we also have, a actual apron. So we're still working on stuff, guys. This is just some fun we're having, this is the back of the bag, the front of the bag. So we're just having fun trying to start. This is going to be coming up soon. So we're working on different things. It's going to come out eventually. People have been asking us about merch since 2018. Yeah. And we've never done it because we just thought, why would people want us on their t-shirts or stuff? So
Lynn's like, this is awesome. I'll have a collection. That's hilarious.
So we don't know when it's coming out. We're still working on it, guys. It might take a few weeks still, but it's coming. We're actually actively doing things, trying to set things up. We're all new to this. We don't know how to run a business, guys. So we're also trying to seek out help out there for people who are business-minded people. People know taxes.
There's a lot of forms that you have to fill out to make sure that this is all done legit. And then on top of that, we're thinking people in the US and Canada, and how does that work since we're Canadian and blah, blah, blah. So we don't want to do anything that the government's coming after us right? Like we want to be legit, smart.
We're trying to be smart, doing everything correctly by the book. So we're trying to figure it all out. So that's coming. That's what I wanted. So that's why when Patricia said consistency, not perfection, I'm like, ooh, a quote for a shirt. It's because it's definitely something we say.
It is.
Awesome. So now let's bring up Melanie, who we saw earlier today.
Yes. And then we'll bring up the next person too, because the next bit later in just a few seconds. Yeah. Hi, Melanie.
Hello, guys.
A long time no chat.
I know.
There's four of us. This is Melanie who got us our beautiful Wellness Warrior pillow. This is the Melanie who got us this pillow and these t-shirts as well.
Yes.
So, it's amazing the whole I guess, topic of conversation and every way everybody is starting to think now is so amazing in terms of not putting the focus on the scale. And because we even talked about that today on our walk, right? About how, and I just want to remind people of something. I think I said it once in one of your fireside chats. When you change your mindset from wanting to be well and be healthy with a side effect of weight loss, rather than wanting to lose weight with a side effect of health, then you'll see the difference. When you stop focusing that. And actually, this is so ironic that after I put my hand up that I wanted to talk, a friend of mine posted this on Instagram, and it says, if you don't make time for wellness, you will be forced to make time for your illness.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Yep.
So true.
I'm going to say it one more time. If you don't make time for your wellness, you will be forced to make time for your illness.
And I always talk about investing, that you're doing something today to invest in your future. Yeah, sometimes the results aren't right now, but maybe 20 years from now, your heart's going to thank you because you did a change 20 years before. And that's the thing. You don't know the changes you're doing just by being healthier, of what you're adding on to your life and your years with your family and your children and, your friends, your work, everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was so much fun with you today.
It was so much fun. I had such
a long walk. She took us
9 kilometers, people.
She took us on a trek.
And I was just going to say that. Look at that. Both of us up on the scale this week. But we were still able to walk a 9-kilometer walk without
no issues. We're standing right now.
With no issues whatsoever. So that's what we're looking at instead of focusing on what that number says. Because that number is nothing important other than that number for that moment in time.
That number don't matter.
And who was it that was just talking about the genes? I can't remember. Was that
was Patricia from Winnipeg.
So think about when you get on the scale and for that one moment in time, you see a number and oh yeah, you're happy and that's great and it's a number. But then to fit into those pair of jeans every day, isn't that so much more room? Oh, I think I froze. Did I freeze?
Yeah, but we can hear you.
We can still hear you, though.
We can still hear you, though.
The thing, to be able to fit into those size 10 jeans every day is so much more rewarding than that number on the scale.
I wasn't making fun of you, I promise.
We were just freezing. We're just freezing with you.
We love you. And yes, and it's so true. That whole idea of measuring yourself with a pair of pants instead of measuring yourself on a scale. Ever think of that?
Well, Laura touched on that too. She said she hasn't really lost this year, but she feels so much better in her clothing.
You just feel different.
It's different. Well, and I know Rosie shares that all the time as well with her own journey.
You said that today. You put a pair of pants on today that were tight, and he's up 7 pounds, but the pants fit today.
I put a pair of pants on today that last year when I was going into work before COVID happened, I stopped wearing them because they became very uncomfortable. They're size 32. They were a little too snug, and I stopped feeling comfortable, so I stopped wearing them. I have not worn them since. Today I decided to try them on. I fit them on no problem today, and I'm the same weight today that I was last year approximately this time. But last year, I was that weight without having worked out for weeks. I was at that weight with having done anything on my journey for a while. This time, it's a 1 week blimp. I stopped for 1 week. It's not going to take me, it might take me 3 weeks or a month to get back to where I was, but it won't be 6 months. It won't be that lengthy period of time. And that's one thing we've learned about refocusing and coming back as quick as we can. We had our fun. Now time to get things done again. And we understand that concept.
And you know what? It's going back to, I hate to say going back to like the basics and going back to this, because we don't need to go back to the basics right now. We're not that far off. We've not gone to the point of no return. We're now just veering back. We're like, we took a little detour and we're back.
We went to Disneyland. And then came back.
Yeah. And it's one, like Mel said, it's one moment in time. Even that little, whatever we did this week is a moment in time. It's not the 340 left days we have of the year.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mel. Do you want to bring Nicole in real quick? Yeah. And then we will end with Nicole this evening because I want to bring her in because she's like
a guest coming up.
She's coming up soon as one of our guests.
Yes.
Hello, Nicole.
Hello there, my friends. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in ages.
I know, it feels like a long time.
It feels like a long time. Well, I've been off for a little bit, but I'm back.
You're doing good.
I am so good. So
good. Excellent. Good to
feeling fantastic. I actually walked 5K today, which that's my first time since a week ago. So I'm feeling so good. I'm like,
yay. You know, it's funny, Nicole. It's funny, Nicole, that the feeling you're having right now, I want you to bottle that feeling. Because I think a lot of us, and I talked about this before, I think in the past, bottle that feeling because next time something stops you or pauses you for a bit, remember this moment, you came back. And I think that's another thing. Like my mom is a perfect example. My mom a few months ago said, "Oh, I'm getting rid of the elliptical." This is the 5th or 6th time my mom has said she's getting rid of the elliptical, and it's still there. And she didn't get rid of it, and now she's gonna be able to use it again. And I told her, remember this moment. And
I want to emphasize something on Nick just said. Bottle the feeling, not just the event. Right? Exactly. Because you don't want to automatically think that I cannot feel this way unless something exactly like this happens. No, make sure that you use that feelings on different things that are happening in your life. So you're celebrating everything that you feel good at.
Exactly.
Yep. You betcha. I'm feeling really good. And it's
yay.
Yes.
We're glad you're here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I forgot what I was going to tell you, but that's okay.
That's because we talk too much. You know. But anyway, you're coming up as a guest soon.
Yeah, your video comes out now. Well, Wanda's video came out yesterday.
So Wanda's video, if you have not seen the Have You Met Wanda?
You have all week to watch before she's on live with us next Sunday. She's our guest host.
Co-host with us.
And then the following week.
No, not the following week. It's on...
we have it somewhere.
On April 17th.
Yes.
Nicole's interview will come out. Her Have You Met interview that she filmed with us last month.
Yep.
And then she will be our guest the following Sunday on April 25th. So you can't be nervous now. You're basically, this is what you'll be doing that day.
Yeah.
I'm not nervous now.
It's so funny. Every single one of you comes to the interview. Every single one. You come in with, I'm so nervous. Everyone. I don't think not one person did not say that. And everybody walks out going, that was easy. Is it done?
I know. Well, it's just like chatting with you guys. So it's no big deal.
That's exactly it. We don't try to make it hard on people. We try to make it as easy as possible.
Thank you so much for sharing.
If you remember your question, just message us. We'll answer in chat.
All right, I will.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight. We really, you know what? As much as we had fun this week,
we also filmed a lot of videos.
Oh,
we
yeah.
had like Made Good cookies because Made Good has cookies now, and they're delicious.
Yes.
We actually.
That video comes out next Saturday.
Is that next Saturday?
Made Good crackers.
Oh, the crackers that come out next Saturday.
Do we like the way it tastes? Do we like the next Saturday?
Did you guys watch the Do We Like the Way It Tastes that we did live from a couple of Sundays? Did we just release that one? Did we not?
Yeah.
Did you notice that we sound a little chipmunky in the video because we had to speed it up because we were over the minute?
And there's moments where he's eating. He's like this. It's like it goes this like,
and we're like, oh my god, we're the real chip. We're the two gophers.
So if you go on Instagram, you'll see it more. It'll be easy to find there. Just go on Instagram on our feed and just look at our past videos. It came out sometime this week. It's hilarious because we do sound like
you can hear it. It's just a little bit fast enough to go.
Well, my sister always says we're the gophers from Bugs Bunny.
But they're not gophers. Are they gophers?
Yeah, they're gophers.
Yeah, they're the gophers.
No, after you. Yeah, that's us. My sister's completely baptized us the gophers from Bugs Bunny.
And we are. Yeah. We actually have a TikTok video with that too.
Yeah, we do. We do have one. So coming up this week, Tuesday, we're doing a workshop visit in San Antonio, Bandera. On Wednesday, we're doing a French meeting
with Julia.
Yeah, with Julia, Studio Canada at 6:30 or 18h30. And on Saturday, we're in
Barrie,
Ontario, Montreal, Quebec,
Pleasanton, California, and San Ramon, California.
And on Sunday, we're in Dedham, Massachusetts, or Dedham, Massachusetts, Cedar Rapids, Blair's Ferry, Iowa, Warson Woods, Missouri,
Fresno, California,
and Oceanside, California. Wow, those are a tongue twister.
And so don't forget, next Sunday, we also have Wanda as our special guest, and we are really looking forward to it. Wanda's video was so much fun and such a cool journey she's had because she not only did it in Canada, she was in another country and was still on journey. And that was, to me, really amazing.
Her change impacted her entire family.
Yeah,
so please, if you have not
I recommend watching that video.
Go watch that video. We've been told a lot of people have been saying it's inspiring. So.
It has been definitely inspiring. So I hope you all have a great night. Happy Sunday. For those of you still in Zoom, stick around. We'll be back to chat with you guys in just a moment. Thank you, Facebook, for all your support.